Foo Fighters, flying disc, and ancient cave drawings depicting extraterrestrial events have intrigued many that dwell in the realm of UFO phenomena. Big Brother has watched while mad geniuses throughout history have set the bar quite high for some super weapon to free mankind to inevitable demise. This type of modus operandi system shall take a few select into space and to make way for things to come. It will allow the master race to colonize on other planets and to secretly go where no man has gone before. It has come to my attention that you are attempting to do a show on Nazi UFOs. Seek Heil, Itchy. Seek Heil.
Tonight on the Big Brother Nature Show, I want to talk to you about the Nazi UFOs. Are you kidding me, man? The Nazis were very, very, very smart people. They invented many things. The reason we won the war is because we took their scientists and we invented atomic bombs to blow up Japan to go, who do you think you're messing with? You're going to piss us off, we're going to blow you up. That's the way it ended up. Tonight on the Big Brother Nature Show, we got the Nazi UFOs coming up. The inventors of the Nazi UFOs are these are the things that you see flying in the nighttime. And people go, what the hell is that? It's a UFO. It's not. It's probably some Nazi invention. I know I sound crazy to you, and I know you don't believe me. But tonight on the Big Brother Nature Show, you must watch the Nazi UFOs. Are you stupid or something?
Once you understand the meaning, once you see how things will be, all the world will be united. And not one country isn't free.
Unidentified flying objects have been seen sporadically throughout human history, but in 1947 suddenly the dam broke. Thousands of people all over the world were seeing flying saucers, but primarily right here in the United States. After the German surrender in May of 1945, Allied intelligence set about assessing the German technological achievements. They soon found themselves overwhelmed. The Germans, fueled by a do-or-die wartime effort with unlimited slave labor, Nazi Germany was a fascist dreamland. The fact is, the Germans were so far advanced to the Allies it was extremely embarrassing. This was unbridled technological achievements. The Germans were thinking so far out of the box, and faced with the dilemma of limited energy resources, they moved into areas untapped by the oil-dependent mindset. Sparked by non-linear mathematical and engineering genius, they moved in a different direction from the West, into the cold, centripetal vortex of the swastika, the Schwarz Sun, the dark sun, or black sun. What was the Nazi Bell? Who was Maria Orsic, leader of the Vrillerinnen, and a group of the Vril-Gesellschaft, these German mediums who claimed to have been in contact with extraterrestrials from the star system Aldebaran, who discovered a tunnel or a wormhole to that star system. And the Germans supposedly developed a Haunebu and Vril and other flying saucers technology that punched through to a different star system. Is this where Hans Kammler went? Is this where Hitler went? Who knows? Is this all New Age nonsense? The fact is that through the Freedom of Information Act and the research of people like Nick Cook, who wrote The Hunt for Zero Point, that's really what started this thing off. I have great respect for people like Henry Stevens and Joseph Farrell, who are using the Freedom of Information Act to find out the truth, the fact, the nuts and bolts from the fiction. My question is, could there be a better cover for secret military research and development than little green men and flying saucers, cheesy 1950s flying saucer movies, and add fuel to the fire goofy flying saucer contactee stories, back-engineered saucers? Is it possible we just haven't given the German engineers credit where credit is due? They're thinking outside of the box. They could actually carry through technological advancements that we can only dream of today. It's taken us 60 years to sift through this stuff. 30 boxcars of German patents to begin with. Then there was the stuff that the SS didn't even bother to patent. In the last days of the war, they were just going far. They did everything they could possibly do to prolong the war, thinking that they could win. Project Paperclip brought these guys over here. A lot of them went with Wernher von Braun to rocket research. But the other guys whose identities were changed went into the areas of the saucer research. I find it fascinating that the early pictures of flying saucers actually showed rivets, steel plates. They were crude. And as the decades advanced, they became more sophisticated. Is this because the extraterrestrials are evolving their technology? Or is it us? Were we the ones that were doing this? The fact of the matter is, we're in an energy crisis. We're bridled by the Rothschild, Rockefeller, globalist corporate oligarchies hell-bent on information suppression and secret development of alternative physics and energy systems. The real question is, would you want your grandma flying one of these things around? I'm going to ghost in a machine.
You know, the German Nazi UFOs are fantastic things to talk about, but Itchy loves the belly dancers. Coming up next is a group called Alim's Silk Dance, and I have Christine and April going to dance for you. You watch these ladies, they're fantastic. I love them. crazies. Anyway, coming up next is Michael Lynch. He's a fantastic guy. He's going to talk about the Nazi UFOs. He's going to blow your mind. You watch this guy. He's very, very crazy.
In 1944, in the Osternaps, a strange silver object crashed in a snowbank. Seen by local farmers and sheep herders, they then contacted the local military, which at that time was the German military. A band of jeeps, trucks, and possibly cranes appeared on the side of the mountain or in the snowbank where this silver object was lying. They pulled it out, and they packed it away and took it to Berlin and a few other odd locations, where they then cataloged it, blueprinted it, and dismantled it. Seeing the unique shape and structure of the metal, they tried to duplicate it. They could not make it work. They did not understand the electronics that comprised the craft itself. So they stripped it down and modified everything that they understood. So then they took the shape of the craft and created a hovercraft. And this hovercraft, designed with some Mercedes engines and some regular gasoline, was able to outperform and outmaneuver anything the Luftwaffe had at the time. These were experimental crafts, but they looked exactly like what we understand today as UFOs. The silver object that crashed may have had alien bodies, but no record was kept of that account. All they understood was the technology, and they were trying to use it as fast as they possibly could. Within 2 years, they had replicated, on a human scale, an exact UFO copy using hovercraft technology and putting guns on the side and putting the German Air Force markings on it, flew it around Germany until they, you might say, perfected it. In this case, we only have photographs of the actual flying of the disc and its parameters that could be done. I have seen these documents and supplied them to an OSS officer. This OSS officer said that the documents themselves may not have been under the direct operations of the OSS, but the information in the German that described the ships and their function was absolutely authentic. Later, there was a ship called the Gulf Spree. The Gulf Spree left Germany and sailed directly to South America. On the way down, they unloaded their cargo. On that cargo, they offloaded these craft. When the Gulf Spree was noted by American or Allied ships, they crashed the ship and blew it up themselves to make sure that there would be no record of any of this cargo being left behind. Right after the war in 1947 to 1957, these types of ships were seen all throughout South America. The odd and end chapter to the whole endeavor was that Mr. Adamski saw what he thought was a space brother land in the desert near California, when actually it may have been an Aryan race, a German in a UFO.
If you think you have what it takes to be on the show, give us a call, 314-974-6077. Call us now!
Shaky shake.
Has this ever happened to you? Hi, I'm Wes Bramer, inventor of the Habit Slapper. The Habit Slapper is a revolutionary product that is designed to help friends or yourself kick bad habits. In this case, victim 225 called us and reported his case of wet seat when pooping. So myself and the crew went down to 225's house and figured out a plan to help this friend keep this terrible habit.
You know, it's not like I don't like him or anything. You know, he's a good guy. I love him to death. But just every day when I go to take a crap, I sit and pee. Like, people don't know what it's like to sit and pee. You ever had pee in your butt? It's weird. I mean, yeah, sure, some people like it, but I don't, you know? There's people out there that get all into that weird peeing and butthole stuff, but you know, not for me.
We set up hidden cameras in the bathroom to catch this pee victim at work.
This guy's about to get his habit slack.
Every time I piss on the seat. People gotta stop hating, stop masturbating now. Oh, you
The Habit Slapper, a product that actually works. Let's go to 2 weeks later to see if this guy's kicked his habit.
You're the piss in the toilet.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight on the Big Brother Nature Show, we got something fantastic for you. It's a very, very different thing. It's called the International Show. We are featuring tonight an international band. They're from Brazil, a place called Caldeiro, Brazil. This band is called South Cry. I found them the other day on the internet. Very, very fantastic. Listen to these guys.
I was a boy, teach me how I could bear the fear. I was alone, and back roads with you, a smile and drink. Although I come back to call on my spirit, I've too got blues. Although you try to hit my soul, it's getting colder.
Brothers and sisters, this is the Reverend Brian Dowell, pastor of the Second Baptist Church and Bait Shop in Pontoon Beach, Illinois, and unfortunately, these idiots were allowed to produce another edition of the Big Brother and Itchy Show. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, which, I'm sure that you've never heard a preacher be honest on television before, but I didn't pay much attention to this episode of the Big Brother and Itchy Show because it contained a bunch of things that me, as a right-wing Christian, cannot believe in, like UFOs and the Holocaust. But brothers and sisters, I know that a bunch of dope smokers do watch this show and do believe the things that are on it. And I know what you're sitting there on your couch saying to yourself, like, what do belly dancers and peeing on a toilet seat have to do with Nazi UFOs? Now, I can't answer that question for you. I don't know what the heck this show is about, to be honest with you. But I'll tell you one thing. If you are gullible enough to believe what you hear on the Big Brother and Itchy Show, what you should do is you should take that remote control laying on the couch by you, and you should pick it up, and you should turn to some of your good Christian TV stations. And when that preacher tells you to send him money, you should send him everything you have. That's right, gullible people who watch the Big Brother and Itchy Show. You should be sending all of your money to preachers. Yes, just turn to your local preacher, send him all your money, and then you'll feel nice and gullible, and you'll probably feel better about yourself. And your Lord and Savior will be a lot happier about you watching that than you watching this idiotic Big Brother and Itchy Show. So make your Lord and Savior happy, pick up the remote control, and turn off this show right now. Your Lord and Savior would really appreciate it, and so would good, honest preachers like me. Thank you very much, brothers and sisters. Turn the TV before it's too late.
So now you know there's a possibility that those stupid twinkling lights and strange shaped flying objects that have been reported in the media for years may or may not be extraterrestrial. I've been telling you this for years, man, and you're not listening to it. Tonight, we have made an attempt to show you what the German engineers were designing and successfully flying back in the 1940s. Are you kidding me, man? That's crazy. If that kind of technology was available back then, can you imagine what kind of flying technology must be available today? Look up in the sky, stupid. Are you kidding me? I am not sure if the flying saucers we have come to love arrived from other worlds. What I mean is this kind of pisses me off because I like the thought that there might be alien types among us and visiting our planet. Perhaps Itchy is visiting your planet. Do you think not? Anyway, now we are not saying the technology the Germans had in the World War II was the only one on Earth. We are not saying anything of the kind, man. Are you kidding me? What we are asking you is a question. What made the Germans so smart? And how were they able to manufacture such incredible machines so long ago? Itchy asked many questions of you tonight. This is the end of the show. I'm trying to make you understand what we have been telling you. Did they find little crash discs up in the Australian Alps and then copy them somehow? I don't know. Did they do that? I don't know. Are you stupid? I know I am. You're too stupid to figure this out, and so is Itchy. Now get out of here. We'll talk to you later.